All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back. Welcome back to another live session. We are back at it like a good habit always. At long last, another beautiful day, ladies and gentlemen. So hit that thumbs up as you're tuning in on YouTube. And of course, be sure to take a quick look at our disclaimer. As you guys know, day trading is risky business. All right, risky business indeed. So take a look through and know that, this is the field where you want to take it slow as you're starting out. And not only that, but you want to use a small amount of cash, right? Up until you become competent, experienced, and efficient. Doesn't make sense to be very aggressive if you're not really, hitting your marks. So just keep that in mind as you trade every day. Start slow, get better, progress. Do not just go guns a blazing. All right. But yeah, it's important for me to cover the disclaimer here just because, there's a lot of newer viewers and some casual viewers from time to time. And it's good for us to let them know about the risk that's out there. Of course, do not try to copy trade. What I'm doing here is just way too quick, way too fast. And just copy trading in general just doesn't make any sense. You got to learn the strategy for yourself, all right? Other than that, be careful of fake accounts. I will never message you first. I'm going to start up my screen recording, and then we're going to talk about there's the alarm actually for screen recording. And we're going to talk about the main stock of the day. There's three that I'm watching, but one in particular that I really like. So screen recording looks good. Now let's write up the watch list here and get into it. EDBL. This is the stock that I'm really interested in. There's also FFIE. Of course, GameStop could still be, in play here over the next few days, so it might be worth keeping an eye on. And then lastly, there's CTNT, which held up a little bit versus yesterday's highs. Let me go to dual screen here. And we're looking good. Shout out to Momo Pro. This is where I get my watch list from every day. If you guys want to ever see the watch list from prior days, prior weeks, if you're using Thinkorswim's on demand, you guys can always go back to the alert section on the Discord where we post a couple of stocks we're watching at every day. Good for practice. So, EDBL, the main stock of the day, currently up 80% with 8 million shares of volume. Some people might say, Relentless, this thing is already up so much. Why even watch it? Well, it's because there's a chance that this can even go a little higher. Right? And hopefully we can see a bit of an uptrend here and a retest of a pre-market high, which is at 882. Other than that, we've had lows around 710, where we had our last pullback. I'm going to remove some previous trend lines to clean it up a little bit. And I want to check on the 200 EMA since the last time I was involved with this one. 200 EMA seems to be a little higher. Let me double check on E-Trade. EDBL. Yeah, I'm seeing it all the way up at like 35. So it looks like it's out of the way for whatever reason. Okay, cool. No problem. But going back to April 17th and April 5th, we had high points of 11.99 and 12.47. Those two levels I do want to keep an eye on. And I usually map out my daily levels in light blue. So that's the color I'll use here. 11.99. Sounds like I'm on the Price is Right. Great show, by the way, back in the days, right? When they had Bob Barker. Great show. Haven't watched since then, but yeah, great show. Okay, looks good. EDBL. Ideally, I'd love to see an uptrending move, but sometimes coming into the open, we might need to see some consolidation, some pullback. So I do want to have my guard up in case we see some, some red candles to start. But sometimes what can really get us into good position is recognizing that small subtlety, whether it might be bottoming wicks, similar to what we saw in GameStop, right? For that reversal into those halts going up. bottoming wicks or just higher lows or any sort of significant candlestick, hammer candlesticks, high volume, representing, hey, we could be seeing a reversal in trend, right? This is if it goes down first to potentially position myself early to be in with tight stops for the move back up. Other than that, I do want to use some smaller size, and we'll see how this thing does. FFIE, this one is a little cheaper and was in play yesterday. It gave a good move yesterday and today continued. So I don't think this is a bad one to keep on watch. It's been a few days since we really traded something at this penny stock kind of level, but it gave opportunities, and some of the traders yesterday did watch it this one. So we'll keep an eye on it, see how it does. Perhaps there's something here, and maybe if we're lucky, this gets all the way up to $1 and beyond. But we'll see how it does. FFIE, and then GameStop, as we know, this one here, the huge move. It is pulling back a little bit, but still worth keeping an eye on. Just through the sheer volatility, there could be opportunities here. So yeah, we'll see how this does. But EDBL, the main stock for me. CTNT on the back burners. Maybe there'll be something here, maybe not. I'm not too sure. Volume is lighter. But, I have it saved on my recent list. If it does move higher, I'll switch over to it. If the volume is good, if the pattern is right, then I can get involved. So looking forward to being disciplined, looking forward to being patient, looking forward to taking it easy. I'll have small size on everything to start. I don't mind sizing. I've been saying this, even though I've kind of, eased down a little bit. I don't mind sizing up if something is really good. But other than that, I do want to keep it mild, keep things tight, and look forward to having a nice green day. The goal here, 3 green days to end the week is the goal. So FFIE, is it possible for us to see a push through this level of 810? There's 10 seconds to the opening bell. Let's trade to the best of our abilities, ladies and gentlemen. Disciplined trading today. Disciplined trading. It is seeming a little spready so far. Yeah, 20-cent spreads, not ideal. I'm going to drop my size down to just 300 shares. LCFY. BHCI. Good push there through 8. A very sudden move there, but not bad. Can we continue? Over 30. 40, but back down a bit. Okay. Break of 8 was not bad. Small seller was there, 15,000. Very sudden push though. And down here to 765, so it's all over the place. I'm going to miss that entry because I'm changing my share size there. Not good. But not bad. Hopefully it curls back up. So we'll give it time, see what it does. VWAP here down at 750. It is moving very weird. It is moving very weird. Good balance, all things considered, from VWAP, but very strange price action here. And also hard to trust knowing we can get back down to 760 in the blink of an eye. So there's a halt at 85. It's as if it's not liquid. I wouldn't use size on this one. We'll see. It looks like it'll get locked in here. GME. GameStop also halting up, by the way. Okay. A little unexpected, but all right. Perhaps I needed to be a little bit more aggressive there, I'll say. The dip to VWAP at 750, we did base out there. Maybe it could have been in. Back over 8. We did hold above 8 fairly well at 802. Another opportunity there. But very strange how it's moving like this. For those people who look at just the candlestick, it might not seem like there's any difference, but the level 2 and how the liquidity is, it seems like it's just kind of blowing through the price points up or down. So there could be a good opportunity out of resumption, but I do think it might be a little extended. So if I trade the initial dip, I want to ease off completely. Unless it just goes into a second halt immediately, then I can trade that resumption. But other than that, I want to watch out, and I will not going to be aggressive to keep buying back if the first trade doesn't work. It needs to be one and done, and then if not, watch out for that dollar a share pullback. I mean, the GameStop resumption could be worth it too, but there's a 9 seconds difference between the two stocks. So unless EDBL is a 10-minute halt, it's probably going to be difficult to try to trade both. Some people are saying they're getting some lag at Thinkorswim, so be careful. FFIE seems to be struggling. AWIN surprisingly moving up. I saw this one, but I thought the volume was too light. I'll pull it up. I thought the volume was too light here. 37.11 for EDBL resumption. Let's see, 410 by 420, 405 on the bids. So this one seems like the liquidity is a little thin as well. But the pullback could be worth it. But the ask is already showing 20. My goodness. And this is a $4 stock. So limit orders, can potentially work. Tight stops. AWIN. Not a bad push to 40 there. Yeah, I think this kind of market is going to require some aggression, despite this thin liquidity, because the stocks are going up. And that's what you got to watch out for. Bigger flushes. Down to the VWAP. Small size for me there, though. The high to current candle is 40. The high of day level is at 60. I got to bring down my chime a little bit, I think. Watching that trade there for the previous high. It's not on the main screen here. I got to pull it up. The resumption, though, is less than a minute. $37.11. GameStop is coming up in a couple seconds. And then EDBL. Here we go. 894. Can we see a dip? Can we see a false halt? That was brutal. So we didn't even get a bounce. Well, let's say a continuation move before this dollar share drop. And is it moving in tandem with GameStop? The chart looks identical Perhaps it is. Switching back to AWIN. We had the break over 60. Just got to be careful of those extended pullbacks. I think that's the main thing here. The halt up is at 506. There's 506. Perhaps we'll get halted up. So far, I think the adjustment for me is to be more aggressive, which sounds a little crazy, but yeah, the price action is so thin, despite there being decent volume. It's just so weird. Like you'll see a bid that says 3,000, but it's like the bid is three shares instead. Just evaporates down. That was for 480. That's pretty high. Son of a gun. The high is at 23. There's a 10-cent spread. $38 for the halt up. You got to be precise and accurate. And avoid the flushes at all costs if possible. Man. The bids. 505 by 520. Can we see some tighter spreads here? I'm going to do 700 shares max. The bounces are pretty quick, so if you do like a level, you kind of just have to go for it. It's like waiting for confirmation. It's already back up. Oh, okay. Can we see that push? Might be out a little too soon, but it's coming down. Okay. Tried for 80 there. VWAP is at 50. Love the candle, 54. But again, a very quick bounce. Resumption on the other stock should be at 42. So about a minute. Break of the high. So the low is 54. Five-minute candle does look decent. That resumption is coming up, unless it's 10 minutes. It looks like it might be 10 minutes for EDBL. GameStop is going to go a little lower. The moves are good. The lows are just a little hard to predict here for AWIN. It looks like a false breakout there, or a bit of a rejection around 5. Can we see a retest? Ay, ay, ay. It is so strange to see it be so thin with this type of volume. GameStop a bit of a red to green. So here's a retest of the highs. But from 20 down to 5, there's a small seller at 20. It's like it's not forgiven. There's it's not going to give you a chance really, let's say, if you're in and the trade doesn't work. Like there's no room to get out for just a couple cents loss. The risk is insane. Oh, not a little too early there. It's a good push. 71. Can we hold up the first pullback here, though, is the question. Perhaps I'm too soon. I'll wait. Should not have missed that trade through 20 though. That was good. Can we hold up again? This is going to be the key here for this one. Few sellers around 73 area. It is fluctuating very quickly and we're not really lingering at the lows. Scratch trades, not quite. False breakout there. Yeah, this is good. This stock is good on the up move, but it's the risk is just so high that I wonder if it even makes sense at all. Like the upside risk, the upside move and the downside risk is like almost equal, despite there being an uptrend. The halt is at 38. Now at 55. Back to 16 on the bids. It's like there's one red print on the tape, halting up at 55 to 13 on the bids. Ay, ay, ay. It is pretty bullish. It is pretty extended. I do want to be careful. Come on down. No, it's holding. Son of a gun. The high's at 55. I wanted to see a bigger pullback there, but still tried. It really needs to pull back some more if it's going to pull back, but it might just keep uptrending for now. In which case, if the first pullback might just be the backside then. Because we're already pretty extended off the last move. I'd rather see a pullback now than later. The high is at 655. Surprised it's gonna fail. There's a huge bid that was there. 50 did not hold. Back to 610. From 610 back to 640. So we're seeing the first red candle on the 5. It's pretty bullish, but I do want to be careful not to be overly aggressive. It seems like EDBL is following GameStop. This stock, I tell you. It's like I would love to be aggressive here, but it's just giving me so many mixed signals. Looks decent on one hand and then teleports down 30 cents there, like come on. Too soon. It might even pull back more. I wouldn't be surprised. 18 by 32, 20 by 24. This is a vicious cycle, isn't it? I fill, so I stop out early. Stock goes. Lovely. There's a seller here. It might come down. Can we go? I'm trying to sell up there at 60, but it's already back below my bid at 20. The halt up is at 92. $8.16 for the halt up. It's chasing it down. I'd rather see it get locked in at this point because it's already super extended. Mm-mm-mm. This is very interesting price action. I could have held some of my winning trades longer though. This is ridiculous. Let me see that break of 7. I was a little slow to it. Yeah, I'm in at 22. 60 is on the ask. It's going up. In another moment, it's back down at 18. Like, come on. But I was late to get in there anyways. I was out too soon the first time. I was out at 81. I mean, this is awful. This is way too soon of an exit. But as I'm in, I'm selling because there's a pause in us going higher. There's a seller. There's a hidden seller there, small hidden seller. There's green on the tape. We stop going up. I'm like, okay, let's just take the couple cents. If we can get back through the level, I'll be back in. We get back through the level, it's already 722. Or you could say $7. $7 pushing 722. But ideally, I want to be back in here at 82 to be selling at 722 or anywhere above 7, really. But the thin liquidity early definitely a bit of an issue. If that and it's still the same stock, so we got to assume that it's still carrying this level of risk. So you got to be careful. Maybe there's another entry here, but then I want to be careful of a pullback unless it just halts up again right away. The drops will be massive because this is what the stock has been. So being that I'm already a little red here, I got to avoid like any bigger drop at all costs. The resumption is at the hour and 49 seconds. It's flashing, showing 920 and 748. We'll see which one it is. GameStop going lower. EDBL a little sideways at the lows. Mm, 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 mm. At the hour and 49 seconds. At the hour and 49 seconds. Hopefully, if it does give another move, we can see that dip. We're at 816. AWIN. Ideally, on a stock like this, I would have loved to have already traded 100,000 shares. So I'm holding back, but a lot of it is because of how this thing is moving. But I did miss some of those trades going up, selling too soon. We got 49 seconds, assuming it's a 5-minute halt. We're at 816. What will it be? 10 seconds. Here we go. Huge spread. Jeez. It might curl back up, but the spreads are brutal. I'm late to this entry. I'll cut it. Can we see a dip? We need a dip. We need a dip. We need a dip. We need a dip. No dip. Bullshit, man. Come on. I was already in. I was in before the ass went higher. Come on. But well, I guess I gotta keep my cool here, right? Not use profanity. The high's at 929. The halt is at 81. Price action is tricky. Orders lagging, not great. $29. Why is it so messy? It's a good push, but from 73, we're back down to here in like 1 second. Yeah, on a stock, I just can't size up to anything over like 1,000 shares here. I'm already not accurate enough, so it just doesn't make sense. Sticking to the small size. It's a little extended. The 5-minute candle has 2 minutes, but it's been strong. We'll see what it continues to do. The levels are very difficult to predict in terms of price action. Candlestick wise, it looks clean, but still a little choppy here. Can we see a bounce? There's a lot of lag in the orders. The low there was 51. So getting a bit of an extended pullback. This 5-minute candlestick has a little bit of time left. It's not closing in the best of circumstances, but can we close at least above 820 in 3 seconds? So we're going to close as a green doji. So some indecision towards the end of that candlestick. Gotta keep your cool, as that's what's going to give you the best odds moving forward. But if a stock like this is more liquid in terms of the bid prices holding up, these type of stocks like this should be like $10,000 days for me. At least that's what it was. We'll see moving forward if this liquidity shapes up over the next couple of weeks and months. It seems, oh, it's hard to say, but have we based out here? I don't know yet. The high of that last candle was 80. The range is of course massive. The low was 750. Fair. The red on the tape just continues to come in. But fair. There's a seller. Where's that seller? Is it gone? I think they might have canceled. Yes, they did. I saw about 10,000 shares plus there. Maybe around 33. GME resumed higher but selling off a bit. Now at 35 bucks. Nope, that was not a good trade. That was my fault there. It looks like we're seeing a 5-minute pullback or it's done. One out of two. That was an unnecessary loss. Not a trade I usually go for. It might be finished. we haven't really been seeing the 5 minute pullback hold up in this market. It's been once we start to pull back, that's it. So this one will be interesting to see what it does. This is decent, but it's still early to say. There's less than 20 seconds left in this candlestick. If it closes above 50, that's a really great sign. There's 13 seconds. At least can we close above 25? There's 36, 40. Okay, that's good. It's still early to say though. It moves so fast, man. At the speed of light. What should be a scratch trade is a 20-cent loss. It's definitely risky here, though. We could come down for sure. A breakdown and reclaim would be interesting if that happens. There's a good aggression there. Not bad. It's trying. It might mean business. It's still early, but it might mean business. Son of a gun. As long as it doesn't flush down miserably, it should be good. See, that's not good. It's quite the drop right there. Can it bounce up? Yes, but 60-cent casual drop. It's kind of dangerous here. I wouldn't have wanted to see us back at the lows again, even if we had a smaller pullback. But coming right back down at 680. Good bounce right there. I'm going to see if this can't curl. I'm going to give it a shot. Okay. But it needs to hold up its levels though. If it, I might size up here actually. Hold up. Are we on to something? I'll need to be accurate if I do. There's a hidden order 70. Good try. Can we get through? Okay, maybe I should have just held that 300 shares then. I thought an explosion was going to happen there around 70, 80. Is this it? 50. Perhaps not. Okay, maybe too aggressive. It's still here though. I'm still interested. But we need to not drop back down to $7 again like we just did. As long as we can avoid that nonsense and we can clear over 8, it should be back in business. There's 2 minutes left. Where's the green? Where's the green? Where's the green? Where's the green? 50 by 70, like, come on with the spreads. Where's the green on the tape? So it might happen into the next candlestick on the 5. If it comes back down, I'm not interested. Bro, what's going on with the bids? 43? All of this is me trying to get the break of $8, but I want to be in, but it's moving so weird. So I might just end up missing the move if it goes. It's showing some good signs and then immediately just nonsense. Nope. Okay, freak. Come on. 58 on the bids. It might be rejecting here. 10,000 share bid 35. It looks like it's rejecting. Break and reclaim is the only hope. Ay, ay, ay. I wasn't interested in those lows right there. The issue, I'm telling you guys, man, like, for those people watching on, and you might say, man, how in the world did Relentless not do well here? It's simply that the liquidity on the bids, it's just evaporating. So the aggression that I would have and the millions of trades I would have took already. I would have been at like 180,000 shares plus if that simply was holding up. If that side was holding up. The earlier move wasn't bad, but also, even selling some of those winning trades early, knowing that, hey, once this thing isn't going, it's just flushing down. The moment it's not going up, it's like I'm not giving it a chance because that's what it's been telling me. So it just leads to all this chop and nonsense. But it's why I'm just waiting patiently. The moment a stock like this you know is showing what it's supposed to show, I know what to expect. And it seems like it's just the market maker that's handling the stocks right now or something. But if this persists for a longer period of time, I'll definitely have to make adjustments. Right now, I'm still trying to wait, just wait this out, be patient, and I mean there were a lot of entries too. There were entries, right? There were entries even still. You just have to be fierce and pull the trigger. Made some money on this move down. Got too aggressive around 780 area, thinking we were going to push right through. Gotta focus on those lower entries. The breakouts that did work well, if you're holding for an extra 30 seconds, if let's say if I'm holding for an extra 30 seconds, you know, those trades were good trades too. But the hesitation along the way up is what's getting me, actually like getting me out. It hasn't sold off yet. I'm surprised it's still holding up. I'm gonna do a quick rotation here just to see. CTNT not good. EDBL no good. FFIE no good. GME halted down, which means AMC is probably struggling as well. LIDR. Hitting scans. There's the breakdown for AWIN. Oh crap. How far is it gonna go? Jeez. Massive red to green for AWIN there as well. LIDR looking all right. High there was 96. Break of 4, not as good. Looks like AWIN was a bluff. LIDR, I don't know. I'm kind of late to it, and so far it's not really moving well. I'm wondering if it's worth it. Let's see how the 5-minute looks. AWIN, you had to have been super accurate on that one. $61. This might just be the backside here. I thought this stock was a high float stock though, at like $60 or something. What are we? 54%. Nope, float is low. Not bad. There's a small seller 27. It's going to break through. The halt level's at 68 if it's to go crazy. It's definitely extended. Did not think we would see a bounce. Nothing close to this. And I'm not watching it at 350, 360 because the 5 minute chart at that time was looking terrible. So there's no way I could have bought down there. But of course, this would have been the entry. Topping wick, shooting star kind of candle coming down. Can't buy the dip under that circumstance. But it bounced up and gave a super good move. The price action is still tricky, so I'm not scalping it here. AWIN, the kind of stock you got to come back at power hour, see if it's back up. But for now, looks like backside. LIDR, I'm watching at it here, and for the scalps, it just looks too risky. EDBL seems to be selling off. AWIN, I did get caught early trying to buy the dip twice in two key areas. 9. Is it rejecting the move? It's quite the drop here. The new 5-minute candle is 4 minutes away. Lower highs, higher lows, lower low. About 2 minutes left in this 5-minute candle. AWIN is curled up a little bit. AWIN. We'll see if it keeps trying here. The stock is pretty interesting. There's another 3 minutes, 2 minutes to the new 5-minute candle. LIWR might be getting ready. Ay, ay, ay. The new 5-minute candle is 10 seconds out. Only 32. I think I gotta buy a few more of these dips on this one. AWIN looks like it still needs more time. I thought it might have been ready coming up there again around 750, but Probably should have cut that entire thing. Sometimes I want to see a little more selling pressure in these areas, but you don't always get it. There's a small bid at 95, 15,000. I don't know why after some time that ceiling light starts to mess with my eye. You gotta bring out the blue light glasses. ARQT, is that what we're looking at? What time is it? 48. This order looks like it's getting filled. Come on. Show your true colors here. Can we see a push to the upside? No, we will not. Can we reclaim? No bounce. Or it's a shot. I think this will probably bounce, but maybe a bigger pullback. True colors to the depths of 80, 75. I think it might be time to sit back and wait for AWIN if it comes back up to 780 area. But we'll see. If not, then that's it. LIDR, I don't know if I should have touched that one, to be honest. There, I kind of wasn't interested in it, but sometimes you start looking at something long enough, you convince yourself that you like it. Like it was just, the move was just so extended by the time I came. The first pullback that I saw right here at the time, the 5 minute candle was red and shooting stars, like just hard to buy this type of dip. Just probably should have avoided this one. Wasn't worth it. AWIN, unless it gets back to about 750, 780, it's in the depths. Aggression, aggression, aggression. The locates are crazy. Yeah, the locates right now, especially with GameStop coming back in play for a little, might just be a little inflated across the board. Let me show you guys the calendar for this month. We're in the gallows right now, taking a trip to the depths. It's about time we get on our return flight and get the heck out of here. It's ridiculous. Why is this month kicking my ass so bad? This is the opposite of what my calendar usually would look like. Here, let me go to single screen. This is the opposite of what my calendar usually would look like. I'm down 8,000, which is, it doesn't feel like I am, but I am. It just goes to show you how quickly you can lose. And 3 green days above all else. Absolutely ridiculous. With this GameStop momentum, AMC. What else did we have? I mean, even on a stock like AWIN, which usually is what we love to trade. Monday, a very interesting day with how the liquidity played, well, not liquidity, but the volatility played a role. I was very aggressive this day and just took losses. And then Friday. Red to green, red 1K to green 1800. And then gave back profit slowly. Got caught in that big loss down at the end of the live stream. $2,300 loss instant. So just these 2 days, 5,000. And then small red coming in from the 8. Monday, slow day. Yesterday, CTNT got me under resumption, smaller size. Still took some bigger losses, but was green about 650 AMC. Got caught in a flush there, gave back like 450 in one trade, then bled out. Ended up red AMC like $30. So not a good loss there. So this was the losses that came in on CTNT. If we avoided CTNT yesterday, I mean, that put us down so much. We would have been nicely green. We probably would have gave back a little off the top if we got caught in that same flush in AMC, but we could have ended at least small green. It's up like somebody asked me, can I do a class on I think it's like one of the general Discord members, like, hey, like, how do you stay so? I think the question was, how do you stay so cool? Like, it's a good question. It's a good question, but this is what I'll say. Like, I know that if I get frustrated, it's not gonna do anything for me. Being mad doesn't do anything. In fact, it'll make me trade worse. That's what it does. Months like January, I mean, just really nice. It's been years really since I've been this red on a month. Like even the start of the month. Do I think I can still end this month green? Of course. I know it'll take one day on a good stock, but I don't want to be relying on that, right? You want consistent gains through and through and be in a good position so that once a hot stock does come, you can even be more aggressive. So when a hot stock comes, I'll really have to like fight against this like, hey, take it easy kind of thing. I'll have to be ultra aggressive in all the right areas. If something is like, like butter, we're connecting, we're seeing where the short sellers are covering, all that good stuff. It becomes tricky to trust the candlesticks when we're just seeing those, big flushes and just we're teleporting down 30 cents and like that's normal for the stock, like since when, right? Since when? Our slowest month last year, I think, was March. And I think this month we only made 1K, no, 2K. Either this month or October. And this month is when we had the banking crisis last year. What about October? Let's see. I think October might have been, well, January, February, actually no. January, February was my slowest months. January, February, we started the year, or was that last year? I don't know. That might have been 2022. Let's see. Yeah, I think that was 2022. 2022 we started two flat months before um yeah, that was 2020. Let's see, 2022. Usually my rougher months are flat. So, but I knew this would happen because of the sizing I was using at some point. If things were to slow down, like for example, last month could have been like this if that first week I just happened to not capitalize. That first week, but we did pretty well though. So despite the rest of the month being break even, we still ended green. But if I get caught in a couple of areas and then it's slow, then just like that, can have a flat month. So this was February of 2022. Sideways, 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 sideways. I might have to size down even more. I mean, it just sucks to say with stock like AWIN. I mean, it's so easy for it to be so good. Like or let's say it's so close. It's very close for that stock to be ideal. Like it has so much of what we would need, but one of the more crucial parts, which is that limited downside risk, it's just all over the place, even on the green candles, and throws off my aggression and the amount of entries I want to take along the way. So unless I go all the way back to like 2021, or maybe even I think I have to go back to the sim. I have to go back to the sim, which I could do. I could sign out. Let's sign out and sign back in. I have to go back all the way to the simulator. Hold up, let me sign out of this account. I still have my simulator account. Um, let's see. I haven't been this inconsistent since the simulator. Years ago, 2020. Um, where's October? Or was it 2019? Yeah, like 2019, April. I mean, May as well, 2019. Which year was that I had the worst October? Wasn't it 2020? It's not showing stats though. Yeah, 2018 we kind of didn't really do anything. Or was that in my live account? I don't think that was in my live account, but well, I can check. I can go back and check. December 2019, I had an amazing month. I mean, this was kind of impressive for back then in the sim. I think on like this type of month now for sure is like $100,000 month. That momentum was super steady. And it really goes to show you, like, it really goes to show you, even if you look at this calendar here, like you can make once you well let's put it like this because we know people are in different places and different experience, right, in their journey, stuff like that. But when you do become consistently profitable and then you start to increase your risk a little bit, I mean, even here you can see like there's not really a lot of big gains per se. Like the biggest gain looks like it was biggest green day looks like it was 1,600, but it's a $7,000 month. Like it adds up pretty quickly. I mean, even for this month, right? Like I'm down 8,000. It's pretty quick. You can lose money pretty quickly too. The simulator, my average volume 25,000 shares a day. How times have changed. How the times have changed. And this is my equity curve back then. My largest drawdown was 6,000 in the sim. Unbelievable. Back then, I mean, back then this was devastating. Now it's different, but still. But this is what I knew. This is what I knew. Yes, we're making that progress. So to see this type of month, it's a little frustrating, it's a little disappointing, but I know being furious about it isn't going to help. I've been reviewing, I've been studying, I've been trying to make some of those adjustments. But you kind of show up and then a stock like AWIN, the bids are coming down so fast. It just throws off that confidence that for that game plan that you plan for. It kind of it's like a curveball then comes at you. And I did mention pretty early that I needed to be more aggressive. Like I still needed to just punch it in the areas that I thought was all right, because a lot of those areas were good. So you could say a little bit of lack of confidence on the way up. But part of it kind of made sense, right? Just how unstable it was moving. I mean, on the recap, I'll show some of those trades on the stream. So we gotta be careful here to not let this continue. I think I'll have to size back down, right? So compared to the simulator where we were down 6,000, in my live account, the biggest drawdown has been 4,200, and it's kind of been around 2,700, 3,000 as we've increased size throughout the last couple of months. But this one is definitely, a little bigger. Can we afford it? Yes, but there's no need to lose money. So, after Friday of last week, I was thinking, okay, like I'm gonna come back a little bit more on the offensive. After studying throughout the weekend, that's one of the things I felt like I could have maybe been a little bit better at after reviewing. It's like maybe I could be back a little more on the offensive. So Monday came in, just didn't really get to capitalize. Tuesday, CTNT gets me. I wonder if I would have just focused on GameStop, if I could have done well, like exclusively, right? Not switching away and just paying attention through and through. And I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful also with like there's some situations where I'm trying to explain what I just did, but then I find myself missing a move. So I gotta kind of have that balance back. Where I'm like locked in, and then wait a little bit more towards the end to go over the trades rather than you know kind of giving that commentary right away. Finding myself missing some entries in those areas as well, so gotta be careful there. But this definitely, I would not have imagined being down anything over like $3,000 in a month, but I still understand. And I honestly thought it would have been under the circumstance of me losing a lot on one trade. Like, hey, I'm down 10,000 because I got caught in a halt down. Wouldn't wouldn't have thought that I would have been red, consistently for the last like couple of days. So gotta tighten up. Gotta continue to study. In these types of times is where studying pays off the most. And I think I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end the live stream on this note, right? So for those of you who are OGs, you guys will know that 5-6 years ago I wrote a poem to my next red month. So yeah, it's about that time. I'm gonna read that poem to you guys once again. And I used to do videos like this in the past, right? Poems, anything that came to my mind, I would just do, because why not? Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. I wonder. I think I'll let it play. Ay, ay, ay. We're back here again. We are back here again, brother. Hold on. Let me go. I gotta bring the audio. Let's unmute the desktop audio. There we go. I gotta turn up my volume. Memory lane. Good old memory lane. My next red poem to my next red month. I hope you are not coming soon. I don't want to have nightmares of last June. With you, I learn the most. You always keep me humble and remind me to never boast. Avoiding you is impossible, but knowing that I am unstoppable will give me the strength to keep going when green seems unachievable. Red, red, red is what I will say when I'm having my worst day. But knowing that you are showing me a better way is what will bring about the brighter days. Keep pushing is what my brother will say when I call him and it's another red day. Red, the color of rage, the enemy of discipline. I will have to be careful to not get caught slipping. Emotions will rise, but prayers will keep me calm in the most trial of times. Staying focused on the task at hand and knowing that success and loneliness goes hand in hand will bring about the future that I crave so bad. Red, I love you. I hate you. It's just so sad. Round of applause there. Round of applause. I'm going to post that to the Discord, by the way. For those of you who might want to hear the playback. The red months are the months that you can learn the most. So you got to study up. And you got to not, lose your discipline. Or else just so quickly you can snowball. You have to exercise discipline even when it's the hardest thing to do, right? Because that will give you the best odds. I'm gonna post this to the MMU chat in here. Actually, I'll just post it to the trading floor. The OGRT poem. The OGRT poem. A lot of people will have heard this poem before a couple times. I'll post it to the Gen chat too, just in case. So it's not so it's still there. I know the main chat is a little populated. So it's been a decent year, but we're definitely going through some adversity. It's a lot of red days there. You gotta continue sideways, try not to trend down as much as possible. Slowly but surely, slowly but surely, slowly but surely. Gotta be patient. Gotta do all the necessary things that we know. Keep our head up. And when it's our time, the short sellers will hear. They'll hear all about us. But yeah, it's 11:11 a.m. Hopefully that poem is able to help out someone. I'll post the link here to the YouTube live stream as well. Hopefully the poem is able to help out someone out there who might, who might also be struggling a little bit. Don't worry, Seb. Seb, don't worry at all. I'm quite the optimist, and I know that just one day, we could, we could have it's so interesting with trading, and it's why we show up every day, is that by the end of this week, and today's Wednesday, this is how crazy it could be. By the end of this week, I could be up 20,000 on the month. You know, if that was to happen, it wouldn't even be surprising, right? But yeah, I'm an optimist, and I'm just waiting patiently. So you know, when it's time, the short sellers will for sure, they'll feel the pain. They will feel the pain. When is the green poem dropping? Yeah, that's a good question. You know, maybe we go back into the lab and we write one up. The green poem. Poem to the next green day, next green month, next green year. 11:12 a.m. It seems like we're not seeing too much. There might be something in power hour though, because we've been seeing some power hour opportunities. CTNT, lighter volume stuff here. It is moving up a little bit, but I will not be getting involved here. The volume is just way too light for me. EDBL from earlier. This one sold off. LIDR still kind of holding up a little bit, but downtrending. GME, not much. Sold off. These stocks, these moves like GameStop, man, they really make you wonder from time to time. You know, for how we trade, it's near impossible for us to ever be in really low and selling, you know, for that entire kind of move. But for sure, there's a few people out there, man, who might have been in around those, you know, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9 areas. I mean, to wake up and see 60, $50 a share, I mean, that is the dream. Especially if it's options, then you know it's the money's kind of different. But even with shares outright, right? You know, you wake up to $500,000, you got a couple thousand shares down there. There's definitely a few casual, you know, I can imagine like a few casual people on Robinhood who might have like, you know, hopefully they took profits, right? I mean, you never know these things with these stocks. Sometimes they keep going, other times they don't. But you got to not get caught into that mindset of like, you know, it's gonna keep going, it's gonna keep going, because they say you never go broke taking profits. You never go broke taking profits. But AWIN, I believe to be the stock of the day. We fell a little short on this one. Let me see when my first trade came here. AWIN. Let's refresh. And still not showing. Great. Back in school, I had to write a haiku, I think it's called. Is that what it's called? A haiku? It's like one of those poems where you have to have like 3 syllables, then five, then three, and then five, or something like that. I was out there rapping, man, big time in the class. All right, yeah, I think that's gonna do it. So remember, guys, don't forget, and I gotta start the recap and remind the people that we do have this sale going on, and if you are interested in MMU and joining the classes, that you can utilize coupon code Miami for 40% off. All right. Some people might say, "Hey, Relentless. Hey, Relentless. You know, why is this program a subscription?" Well, it's not just the classes that's here, right? We have a zero to advanced course, right? Zero to advanced course that covers, you know, from the very basics all the way to, you know, everything we know, right? We don't only just give this, uh, we also do weekly Q&As, right? Every Sunday, we do a Q&A for the students. On top of that, we post our live trading archives, which is the recordings of all of our indicators. We post it to the classes daily. So for anybody who is like wondering, like, hey, are these people holding back what they show, and are they showing everything? Like, sometimes, that's a fair question for someone who's looking to get involved, right? Hey, what's the level of transparency? Well, this screen up here, which includes my level 2, not only for myself but all the other mentors, Tim, Marcelo, and Triad, we all share our screens, right? We record this screen, and then we post it to the classes later into the day, so that any one of the students at any given time can go back and study. That's another reason why it's a subscription, right? Because there's ongoing things that we do every single day, right? On top of that, there's lectures that we have. There's access to the chat room throughout your subscription, right? You get access to the Relentless Trading chat room. And that's where we all trade and hang out every single day, right? Myself, the Team House guys, like Save, Crispy, Calamity, shout out to those guys as well. And just a wide variety of traders, right? We have traders at all levels, different side of the spectrums, some beginners, some very advanced, a few millionaire traders too. So you'll have access to the Discord, and not only that, you'll have access to the MMU section within the Discord, right? Which is exclusive to students only. In there's where we share our scanners and we share our screens as well. So there's a lot of ongoing things that comes with it, right? As you guys know, the YouTube live stream is delayed. The Discord has very low latency. So yeah, you guys can feel free to check it out. And, because we love our community and we love what we're doing here, every so often we hang out together in person, right? We all live throughout the states and different countries and stuff like that. So every so often, we meet up and we fly out one of our students to come hang out with us. Of course, we cover your round trip, we cover your stay. And so that's why the coupon code is Miami. It's because we're heading to Miami this summer to hang out once again. And this is a picture here of the team at Hell's Kitchen in Vegas, right? Vegas was the trip before the last. We did do a New York meetup as well at the beginning of this year. We're probably going to do there's going to be like 3 a year. We're going to probably do one towards the end of the year, more than likely. It's more than likely that we'll do another trip at the end of the year. So you guys can look forward to that. What we're going to do is put every one of the students' name into a wheel. We're going to spin the wheel, and then, whoever wins, win. And if you're available, you'll be flying out with us. Most people are usually, like, so far we haven't had anybody like, not be available, because it's the kind of thing where it's like a free vacation. But if you're not available, we probably spin the wheel again. I mean, that would be an interesting situation, right? I mean, it would be a conversation would need to be had, whether that student picks another student, or maybe we just spin the wheel again. We'd have to figure out what we would want to do there. But yeah, this is another one of those ways where we give back to the community. And I did mention yesterday that I want to give away a free membership to one of you guys who are in the Discord, right? One of those elite members. So this should be interesting. I'm gonna do that on Friday. So for those of you who are in Discord, who are here every day, and because some people, what it is, they're here in the Discord, but they can't afford the classes, right? I'm gonna hook up one lucky person. We've done this kind of thing before when we did the like MMU Manifesting My Future challenge, so it's always good to help out around the community. But the trips are usually fun, man. There's a couple of vlogs that we did. You guys can check them out on my channel, Marcelo's channel as well. We're all hanging out, having a good time. And there's been a bunch of reels. The reels have went like crazy viral. to the point where the people who don't really know us, they, they're kind of making fun of us, but they don't really know what's going on, right? Just like on the outside looking in, it's like, look at these guys, what are they doing? But it's been interesting. It's been interesting. The core has been doing very well. We have a lot of students who are progressing. We got to do a better job of doing more. And I mentioned this a while ago, but sometimes on the back end, certain things kind of come up. But we got to do more interviews. Like like Marcelo had this thing he was doing with the mighty therapy, but we kind of have to do more just general interviews, success stories, feedback, things like that, so that you guys can see more of what's going on. For those of you who are not in the Discord, if you're in the Discord, you kind of see everybody every day. But if you're not in the Discord, you might not know who is who, and So when we say, hey, a guy like Spartan, people who are in the Discord, they'll know who that is, but on the outside, maybe not. But yeah, so I'm gonna shut it down. So I ended red today. Let's see, we're down 450. 450 is the damage. Down 250 on EDBL. Oh no, LIDR rather. LIDR, and then 193 on AWIN. I think LIDR I should have avoided. Just not a ton there. But AWIN, tricky stock. So yeah, this is where I'm gonna shut it down. If AWIN curls back up to about 780, I'd be interested. But so far it's kind of just hanging out. We'll see what it does. It's showing a little bit of life here, but it might still be pretty early. But yeah, stay safe, stay green. If you're going all the way till 4 p.m., continue to be disciplined, continue to be patient, continue to look forward to those opportunities that you know and love. Dash, you got to send in a picture. You have to send in a picture with one of those Relentless t-shirts, man. I sent Dash all the 6 color. I think every color except white. So Dash, you got to send in a picture one of these days, brother, with that sweet t-shirt. But yeah, take care, guys. Stay safe, stay green. I'll catch you guys tomorrow bright and early again around 9:15 a.m. for another beautiful day. AWIN is inching up here, 750. Do I want to stick around the stream just a little longer? All right, I'll give it 5-10 minutes here. Let's see. AWIN. We had the 5-minute candle make the new high. It's inching up, breaking this downtrend. The chart is still fairly bullish, and we could see that, ABCD, but we did have a lower low. Usually we want a higher low, or at least a double bottom. Let's see if we're to remove these trend lines here for now. And we're to put a trend line here. This was initially, but you could still say we held up those levels around 620. Back down to 688, and it looks like it's struggling, or at least still let's say sideways, not struggling. Let's say it's sideways. So we'll keep waiting here. We'll see what it does. That's the thing with this one though, man, is that you can see those type of drops in there. Definitely throws you off a little bit. The high of that candlestick was 32. The interesting part for me is that in a lot of the areas, you're not really seeing a lot of red on the tape. It's like, maybe like there's three prints and you're kind of down like definitely interesting. But yeah, I think I'll shut it down. I think I'll shut it down. If it goes crazy in like the next like hour, I'll go live down in the general chat and hang out down there and trade. But yeah, all right, I'll shut it down and I'll be back later today. So stay safe, stay green. It's been Relentless Trader. Once again, if you're going all the way till 4 p.m., stay disciplined, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.